I feel like something that people fail to realize is that when it comes to like you chasing your goals, like you literally have to be grinding. Like you have to grind. Like there's no way that you could accomplish your goals without putting in any type of work. And even people that get lucky, even people that they don't work as hard as some people and they end up getting further than people, that doesn't mean nothing. Because everybody got their own path. Like everybody has their own journey. Everybody got their own situation. But at the same time, you got to worry about what you're doing. And that's why I encourage people to take a break from social media. That's why I encourage people to take a break from looking at other people's lives. Like social media is literally you posting the stuff about yourself that you like and you scrolling and seeing other people's lives. And it's addicting. I'm not gonna lie. Like I won't sit here and say like I have a hard time taking a break from social media because like my age group grew up on that for me. So it's a little difficult. But at the same time, that can't be your life. Like you can't just be so stuck on social media and so stuck on what other people got going on, because then you lose track and you lose sight of what you got going on. And like you're more important than anything, literally. Like the things that you do for yourself is more important than the things that you would do for anybody else. You have to make sure you good first. You have to make sure you taking care of yourself first before you could take care of anybody else or worry about what anybody else going on. You know? You gotta make sure you good. You gotta make sure your head is right. You gotta make sure your pockets is right. You gotta make sure everything. Because if you don't got no money, you shouldn't be worried about love. You shouldn't be worried about sex. You shouldn't be worried about any of that. You shouldn't be worried about none of that if your priorities ain't straight. Like a lot of people is worried about the wrong stuff, and they start off worrying about the wrong stuff instead of worrying about things that bring those things. Instead of chasing women, go stack your bread up. Go get a nice car. Not saying that you should get the car for the girl, but when you get nice things for yourself, it attracts those things, you know? Go stack up your bread. Go get yourself something nice, you know? And then you know, go pop your ish, you know what I'm saying? And then let the girls come to you. You don't gotta always chase the girls. Be a magnet. I really encourage people to be celibate. I really encourage people to be abstinent, because when you do that, it builds your self-confidence. When you're not releasing all the time, whether that's like through intercourse or through, you know, being on the hub, like you save a lot more energy. Like me, I'm at the gym right now. Like I'm about to put in work. It's 11 o'clock right now. Let me show y'all. I'm not playing. It's 10:33. It's 10:33 right now. I just got to the gym and I'm here. I'm here to show up. You gotta show up for yourself when you don't really feel like showing up. A lot of the times you're not gonna want to get up and do the work. A lot of times you're not gonna want to go to work. A lot of times you're not gonna want to go to school. A lot of times you're not gonna want to learn what you gotta learn to be successful. But at the same time, you can't sit on your ass all day. You can't. And I won't even let you do that. You watching this video, I'm telling you, you cannot sit on your ass. You can't. You have to put in work. You have to every single day, because that's why we wake up every day. You wake up in the morning so that you could progress. You don't wake up so you could waste another day. You don't wake up so you could waste another opportunity that God gave you. For me, because some people don't wake up. Some people don't get another chance at life. Some people, their lives just disappear. Like once you die, you dead and you gone. You know, a lot of people say gone but not forgotten, but it's a lot of people that's forgotten. It's a lot of people that wasted time with their life and they didn't take their life serious, and that's why they may not be here. And that's why it's important to seize your moment, because you don't know how long you have here. You know, you wake up every day, so you feel like, you know, you're going to have every day to wake up. But what happens when you don't wake up? What happens when you don't wake up? Like, what do you what's next? And nobody really knows that, but you know, that's why you gotta lock in, bro. You have to. If you want the things that you want in life, if you want to be successful in life in any area of your life, you have to put in work in that area. And you have to change your habits. You have to start doing habits that's gonna build discipline, that's gonna build responsibility. Like, you have to do that. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. You cannot BS in your life and expect your life to come out good. You cannot play with your 24 hours and expect your life to come out good. You can't. You can't. You can't. If you sit around all day in your bed all day, you wasted 24 hours when you could have been reading, you could have been at work making money, you could have been enhancing, like, whatever about yourself, going to the gym, just building yourself up. And I encourage, like, even my friends, like, I encourage them to go to the gym, because I be in the gym. Like, I'm starting to fall in love with the gym. Like, really fall in love with the gym and really fall in love with building myself, because that's what life was all about. Like, as humans, bro, we're not supposed to be slim. Like, we're not supposed to come out and be slim and be underweight and all those type of things, all them health problems. Like, we're supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to be eating healthy. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be nutritious. We're supposed to be ready to go up against any obstacle, bro. Because if you look at the people before us, I forgot what they was called, like the Netherlords or something like that. I don't remember. I'll correct it when I edit this video. But they were 10 times stronger than us. Like, I was watching a video and it was talking about how it only took 3 of them to take down a mammoth. I guarantee you it would take like 20 people. Like back in the BC times, they only had spears and stuff like that. So they was doing that with 5 people. It would take at least 20 people with spears to take down an elephant or take down a mammoth. You feel me? So, like, all of that plays a part. Like, all of that should just make you want to be better. Like, there's no reason why you want to be less than what you could be. For me, like, that's like you charging your phone and you about to leave to go somewhere, and you don't even charge your phone to 100. You charge it to like 50, or you charge it to like 60 or 70, and you're not reaching 100. You're not getting the max amount of time out of your phone that you could get. And it's the same thing with your life. If you don't charge your life up 100%, you won't get the max ability of yourself. Literally, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't do the things you got to do, you won't reap the benefits. Like, a lot of people want to reap the benefits and they don't want to sow. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And if you sowing bad things, you ain't gonna get nothing but bad things in return. And if you're doing bad things like substances, like weed or alcohol, things like that, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to just quit it. I encourage you to put it down, but at the same time, I know how hard it is to, like, put that stuff down and say, you know what, like, I don't want to do that no more. Like, I get it. So I would encourage you to just do something positive as well. Before you go hit the pen or hit the gas, go to the gym, work out, go eat, and then do that. Or go to work all day, put the pain in, and then at the end of the day, blaze. Or you have a nice drink for yourself and you reward yourself. But if you just wake up and you're just doing that stuff off the wake up, you won't have a productive day, because you're starting off the day lazy. All that stuff does is make you lazy. All that stuff does is make you lazy. It makes you sag around, and it makes you not want to put in work. It makes you not want to put in effort, and you have to put in effort. You have to grow. When you have a plant and you're watering the plant, you have to continuously water that plant for it to grow. You have to continuously keep it in the sunlight, continuously work on it for it to grow. And it's the same thing with yourself. If you don't treat yourself right, your body will break down. And when you fall, you'll break a bone easily because you're not taking care of yourself. And that's probably why a lot of people will be in and out the hospital, because they're unhealthy. They don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of how they don't maintain their body to how it should be. Like, all this fast food and stuff, like, I don't even eat fast food no more. I can't even remember when was the last time I had some Wendy's or McDonald's or Burger King or any of that. I can't remember. The last thing I had was Chipotle probably 2 days ago, or yesterday. I had Chipotle yesterday. And that was my first time having Chipotle since February. January, February. So, like, I'm not saying, completely cut these things out of your life, because at the same time, live your own life, live through God and live through happiness through yourself, and You know, just do the right things, but at the same time, don't get caught up. Like, don't get caught up, because it's so easy to get caught up in this world. It's so easy to get caught up in like things that it's just not good for you. Like, there's so many things in this world that's not good for you. Even down to like just being online spending your money, that's not good for you. It's better to be a creator than to be a buyer. You know, you gotta pick which side you want, and that's anything you choose. Like whether like anything, you gotta pick which side you want. It's either you on the right side or the wrong side, and you don't want to be on the wrong side with yourself. You know, it's cool to be on the wrong side with other people. You know, people got their opinions and stuff like that, and you know they're gonna feel away is what it is. But when it comes to you, you gotta make sure you are perfect. Like, you gotta make sure everything in your life is amazing. Like, everything is going well, everything is where it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be, and that starts by putting in the work. You know, I like going to the gym, but I don't really want to come to the gym every day. You know, it's cool to chill. Like, it's cool to kick up, play the game, relax. You know, like it's nobody has a problem with doing that. But when you put in the work, that builds character. You know, that builds discipline. That builds all the things that you need. And read a book. You know, enhance your vocabulary so that when you talk to people, they can understand you on a different level. Or you could educate somebody else on something they didn't know, and that makes you look better because you taught them something. You know, you always gotta try to be the smartest person in the room and try to learn as much as you can, because it's a lot of things that they don't teach us. Like, it's a lot of things about money or about credit or about leveraging credit or leveraging bank loans. It's a lot of stuff in this world that they don't teach us, and it's stuff that we need to learn as people, because that's why we're stuck where we're at. We're told that we have to go to college and we have to work a 9 to 5 and we gotta, you know, work for 30 years and retire after that. And that's not true. But you won't know that unless you read, because when you do research on people that's successful in life, and I'm not talking about doctors, you know, doctors probably make like 100, 200,000 a year, which is fine. That's comfortable. If you somebody that just wants a regular life, that's comfortable, you know. But if you look at like every entrepreneur, Donald Trump, if you look at, I don't really care for Donald Trump. You know, I don't care for politics or anything like that. I don't really like Donald Trump. But if I'm just using him as an example. If you look at Donald Trump, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, it's a couple other people. You look at Bill Gates. You look at, you know, all these people that have millions, billions, trillions of dollars. They don't work. They're not in a working mindset. They're not in a clocking mindset. They're not in a mindset where they're going and working for somebody else. They're working for themselves. And that's the type of mentality you gotta want to have. And in order to have that mentality and push that type of lifestyle into your own, you gotta educate yourself. And you have to teach yourself things that school may not teach you. School not gonna teach you everything, because they want you to be in a rat race. They want you to be caught up and get burnt out and not survive. The goal is to survive. That's why they put fast food on every corner. That's why they have corner stores in New York on every corner, because they want you to get distracted. That's why they have smoke shops on every corner, because they want you to get distracted. They want you to stay distracted. They're legalizing weed. They want you to be distracted. They want you to have it right in front of you so that you don't even want to do nothing else. They want you to be distracted. And a lot of people are just falling into the trap. Like, I have friends that spend like $500 on substances, $500 a week, $700 a week, $1,000 a week. And that's not like, what, bro? Even when I was doing that stuff, I was spending like $20 a week, $30 a week. I mean, $40 a week. It's just like, it has to make sense, because when you're doing that stuff, it becomes a bill. The same way you have water bill every month, the same way you gotta pay the gas bill, same way you gotta pay the light bill, same way you gotta pay phone bill, same way you gotta pay credit card bill, car note, house note. Once you start doing something continuously, it becomes a bill. Whether if you go into the store every day and going to get a sandwich every single day, that's a bill. You putting money aside because you know that you're going to get that sandwich. You know that you about to go smoke. You know that you about to go have a drink. So that becomes a bill. And You got to play it effectively. You got to play it into your life effectively, because if you don't, it's going to take over you. And I know it firsthand because I've seen it. I've seen people lose themselves, like really lose themselves, and it's hard to come back. It's hard because once you so caught up in the lifestyle, you forget who you are. Like, you forget what you stand for. You forget everything because you just chasing a high. You chasing the dragon, and that's not what's important. Because if that was so important, everybody would be doing it. If it was important to smoke, people would be, every politician and every entrepreneur, they would be doing that. They don't do that for a reason, because it's not important. Can't be productive if you always smelling like Za. Can't be productive if you always drinking, smelling like alcohol every 5 minutes. Nobody wants to be around that. You want to start unlocking different things into your life and start getting in rooms with certain people. You got to change your ways. Because don't nobody want to be around somebody that smell like Za all day. Don't nobody want to be around somebody that smell like alcohol all day. Don't nobody want to be around somebody that don't dress proper, that don't know how to talk proper, don't know how to carry themselves a certain way. And a lot of people is not going to teach you this stuff. Like, a lot of people is not going to tell you these things. Like, a lot of parents don't teach their kids this stuff because they don't even be knowing this stuff. And these are things that, a lot of this stuff is stuff that my mom tells me, taught me when I was younger and things of that nature. But a lot of this stuff is me researching. A lot of this stuff is me educating myself and trying to learn. You gotta want to learn at all costs. It's so many books in this world. There's so many things that you could learn. And it's like, why are we not taking advantage of that? We have internet in front of us, like right in front of us. Anything you want to know, you could look it up on Google. Anything you want to know. So why are we playing? Why are we taking it for granted? Why are we taking ourselves for granted? Why are we taking this life for granted? This life ain't promised. This life is not promised, and you gotta give your all until the day you die. You have to. You have to give your all. You have to give 100% in every single thing that you do, because if you don't, you're not gonna get far. Nobody gets far putting in 70%. Nobody gets far putting in 30%. For me, like I said with the phone situation, somebody that has a battery of 100% and they focused on themselves and they lock it in, they don't got too many apps open, they got maybe a couple that matter, they're the ones that have the longer battery versus somebody that got 50% battery and they got 30 tabs open, 30 apps open. It's gonna burn their battery out quick. You don't want to be that person. You want to be somebody that has energy, somebody that can get up and go do it. Don't feel tired all the time. Don't feel sluggish. Don't feel depressed, because in all honesty, depression is a mindset. Depression is a mindset, and you can choose whether you want to be depressed or not, depending on how you look at life. Because somebody that's in my situation right now, the way I live right now, could be depressed because I don't have everything in the world. There's some parts of my life where I lack certain things due to just life, just life being unfair and things like that. But at the same time, I don't let that stop me. I fail a lot. Like, I try so hard, whether if it's with my music or whether if it's with modeling or anything I want to do. Like, I try really hard and I fail a lot. But at the same time, you only take a loss on something when you give up. You only take a loss when you give up, because that means you did it for nothing. You lost. You gave up. So it don't even matter because you gave up. But when you fail and you keep going and you fail 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 and you fail, you're gonna keep failing until you get to where you want to go. You're gonna keep failing until you get to where you want to go. And once you get to where you want to go, it's gonna be worth it. And as you fail, as you go through hardship, as you go through trials and tribulations, you learn. You learn how to be a better person. You learn how to do things differently. And you learn things that you didn't know before. So you can't knock being in a bad situation. You can't knock the way your life is. You can't knock whether something may not be in your life and you want it to be in your life right away, and it can't knock it, because at the same time, everything that's meant to happen in your life is going to happen. Everything that's meant to happen in your life is going to happen, whether you like it or not. Literally. Whether you like it or not, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. It just takes time and it takes work and it takes manifestation. You know, you gotta be serious about what you want. You gotta be serious about your time. You gotta be serious about your intentions. Like, you have to be selfish with yourself. You gotta be selfish with everything. You gotta take advantage of it, because a lot of people will take advantage of you. A lot of people will take advantage of you. So instead of them taking advantage of you and reaping benefits from you, take advantage of yourself. Take advantage of what you're good at. Take advantage of the things you like to do. Try to build it. Try to make money off it. Try to do things that can help you prosper off yourself and not off other people. So that way you won't need other people, because you don't. All you need is yourself. All you need is yourself, bro. All you need is yourself. All you need is yourself.